You were talking about the boom in second homes, and it really seems like this has been the story across so many aspects of the economic recovery. Some people doing fantastically well. We don't really think of downturns as time when people buy a lot of second homes. How do you see that playing out specifically in housing?
Well, I think the second home market has a lot of room to run, but is so contingent on rates. I think that people that have the financial wherewithal are recognizing that you're basically getting free money and thinking about, the wellness and safety of their families where they really want to have that getaway home. I think while we're in a pandemic, second homes will keep surging. As long as we have COVID and we're fearful of being on lockdown or worried about our health, we will see that more people are taking advantage of those second homes. Now, I guess if prices were to go up another 10, 15%, it might slow down the momentum. But I think that more and more people are just really fearful during the pandemic. I think the housing market will start to see relative slowing if we have something that returns to normalcy through a vaccination. Because housing is center stage right now, but will housing be still center stage? Still could be fundamentally strong, but you start to think about the consumers right now. They're spending everything on their home. They're not traveling. They're not going to dinner. They're staying home. They're not thinking about at this point getting on the road and going and staying at various hotels. So I think that entertainment, sports, all those things are going to come back, and that will take the focus off our homes, and second homes will be included in there.
But the focus, of course, has been for those who have the luxury of being able to move. The middle class, the higher end homes have been going at great guns, but the lower priced homes, the affordable price, actually, the sales have ticked lower. Is that going to get ever progressively worse as we see the economy really start to deal its blows to those permanently out of work, as we've been seeing?
Well, I think that number is a little bit misleading because the transactions for affordable are down substantially in the resale market because that is really a function of lack of inventory. So transactions in the first-time buyer market were down a whopping 60%. But when you look at those people that can buy a new home in the exurbs, which is a third ring of a market, let's say, the sales there on our scale of 0 to 100, 100 being the strongest it can possibly be, are running at 80 on the index. So the builders that are in affordable are seeing the most strength, the strongest absorptions that they have, even stronger in some markets than they were in the great boom. So they can't build them fast enough. And I think that the resale market is just too tight. And I think I shared with you a slide if you want to show everyone, but the resale market today, plus whatever little new construction's out there, the velocity is the strongest it's ever been on record. In other words, what you actually sell or what you list in a given month is sold that same month at the highest velocity that we've ever seen on record.
And so just real quickly here, Ivy, with regard to, you talk about the rings of affordability. The tradition, I guess, in the most recent years had been that lack of affordability had been building up in more of the urban areas. Are you expecting to see a little bit more of a shift to the outer rings with regards to affordability?
Well, that's already been underway. I remember standing on stages back yelling at our home builders in the industry, hey, if you build it, they will come, as the realtors were begging for more construction. And really, they started pursuing that strategy in 2015, 16. A few leaders like D.R. Horton introduced something called, I'm going to have a moment of a brain freeze, but they had the best affordable $200,000 box that they were able to provide. And then all the builders, like they have always done, followed the leader. And now you can't, they're tripping over each other and you're the pretty girl to dance if you're building affordable. So that's already been way underway. I think that they're selling as strong as they possibly could be selling, but they have to meter out and start to really push price higher to slow things down because consumers get pretty upset if they can't get the house closed when they were promised.